It's nothing but noise. What? Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, notwithstanding a few technical difficulties.
Help me. Help you. Help me. Help you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another spicy video with Lucius Cole. If you like this type of content, go down below, like, subscribe, share, and of course, leave a comment if you feel I deserve it. With that said, what is going on with these major corporate media machines? Unable to figure out the very simple issue of audio on a major town hall that's going to be broadcast to the entire world with the President of the United States. You're telling me that a multinational, multi-billion-dollar entity isn't able to figure out the audio when it comes to a major town hall? For God's sakes, I'm a redneck in the middle of nowhere in a trailer with a $50 webcam and a crappy microphone, and even I produce better audio than these reckless fools. And if you think it ends there, ladies and gentlemen, we all know the line of questioning that's going to be coming from these mainstream media hacks. It is always the same thing every single time. And just like Daniel in the lion's den, our president, Donald Trump, stood strong and swatted away the flies and swatted away the BS like he always does.
You were asked point blank to denounce white supremacy. In the moment, you didn't. You asked some follow-up questions. Who specifically? A couple of days later, on a different show, you denounced white supremacy.
No,
My question to you is,
you've done this to me and everybody.
Why does it seem like
I denounce white supremacy? Okay,
you did 2 days later.
I've denounced white supremacy for years, but you always do it. You always start off with a question. You didn't ask Joe Biden whether or not he denounces Antifa. I watched him on the same basic show with Lester Holt, and he was asking questions like Biden was a child.
So this is a little bit of a dodge.
Are you listening? I denounce white supremacy.
Okay.
What's your next question?
Mr. President, do you support the white error? Are you serious right now? You're going to push the 2016 narrative all over again? We are in the middle of a global pandemic. There are food lines all across America. People need jobs. People need safe neighborhoods. And you think this is what people want to talk about? The only people that care about this, and the people that actually believe this, are the fringe lefties who have completely lost their mind of reality and think that Nazis are literally everywhere. You have lost any credibility. The journalisming that's just going on during this town hall right now is reckless. People don't care about this narrative anymore. People care about their families and putting food on the table. Why don't you address that? You are standing in front of the most powerful man in the world, and this is your first major question? Are you serious? And it doesn't even get better. It gets worse. Because you know what her second question is? Well, take a look.
Let me ask you about QAnon. It is this theory that Democrats are a satanic pedophile ring and that you are the savior of that. Now, can you just once and for all state that that is completely not true and that disavow QAnon in its entirety?
I know nothing about QAnon.
I just told you.
I know very little. You told me, but what you tell me doesn't necessarily make it fact. I hate to say that.
Boom! Get out of here, you feckless wench. Donald Trump had an amazing answer there. He didn't go out and condemn Q. And I think he understands that he made a mistake when he went out there and denounced the Proud Boys. Because these media machines push a narrative about a particular group and state what they are without actually doing any in-depth research whatsoever. And who exactly is against pedophilia, by the way? Who exactly is against a group going out there trying to show the corruption and the absolute degeneracy of the high-ranking political officials that are engaging in this disgusting behavior? And yet the media is making Q out to be the bad guys? You know what? Keep repeating it, lady. Keep repeating that Donald Trump is fighting against pedophiles and deep state Democrats, as well as Republicans. Now, given, I'm not on board with every theory that Q pushes, but I'm not going to fight against a group that's fighting against pedophilia. Call me crazy! And yet, once again, the media does the job of these elite globalist hacks, and you can't expect any better at this point. They are bought and sold by multinational corporations, as well as countries like China, Russia, Ukraine, you know, those countries that the United States and their media, our journalists are always saying are the bad guys, and yet they are pushing the exact same agenda, trying to fracture the American people on such trivialities, you know, trying to break us up by race, trying to make us fight against each other instead of realizing the true monsters that they really are. It really is fake news at the highest degree. And again, all of these questions are so loaded. They're so loaded, and Donald Trump's just like, who's next? You? Okay. White supremacy. Boom. Out of the way. QAnon? No, I'm not going to denounce that. And next, once again, another haymaker coming from Donald Trump and their ridiculous line of questioning.
Will you accept the results of the election?
That's the way I want it to be. But when I see thousands of ballots, right, unsolicited ballots being given out by the millions, and thousands of them are dumped in dumpsters, and when you see ballots with the name Trump, military ballots from our great military, and they're dumped in garbage cans.
That is a handful. We could go all night, which we won't.
No,
but we
it's
could go all
happening
night,
every day.
one by one, a single case, a single day. You're talking about 150 million votes. Your own FBI director says there is no evidence of widespread fraud.
Well, then he's not doing a very good job.
You know what that is, ladies and gentlemen? That's a smoking gun. Why is it the FBI director, Christopher Wray, has been sitting on information for over a year that connected Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, Burisma, China, Russia, and have absolutely nothing to say about it? Why is it Rudy Giuliani, who's not even in government anymore, has to be the one to show the information to the American people? Can anyone explain that to me? Because I'm a little confused. And this is a bit of a rub on Trump. He needs to stop surrounding himself with these deep state hacks, the very same people that he stated he wanted to fight against. Remember, drain the swamp? When he was campaigning, he brought in outsiders. Why was it the moment he got into the presidency, he's been surrounding himself with these deep state hacks? Now, of course, there are a few notable exceptions, but for the most part, these people that are in there with him don't have his vested interests in mind, and they certainly don't want him for another term. And again, the media, what you are about to see is insane to me. The amount of disrespect. This was supposed to be a town hall for the people. Why do we have a journalist that's going out there doing exactly what I'm about to show you here?
My question to you is, how are you going to get the United States back on track, both in terms of the economy and the pandemic?
This was a thing that came into our country, and it happened more than 100 years ago, and it happened now. They were talking about a 42% unemployment rate.
Who was talking about that? I heard 20%.
It just came out at 7.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up, Karen. Shut up. It is a town hall between the American people and the President of the United States. We don't need you in the middle of a conversation between an American citizen who probably in their entire lifetime, this will be the only time they get to ask a question to a sitting president of the United States, and you are going to interject yourself into that conversation? Absolutely disgusting. This is gross behavior. And we already saw what happened with Steve Scully, saying he got his account hacked, and the second debate being removed altogether. These people are all in bed with each other. The fact that she would interject just shows you not only for her disdain for the sitting president of the United States, but also the American people. And say it to yourself. Donald Trump is the president of the United States. I know it's been nearly 4 years and you still haven't been able to accept that fact. the impeachment, the Russia hoax, the Ukraine call, the tax returns. You have been pushing to get this man out of office since he started. And you just can't believe it. So you must inject yourself into a conversation between the president and an American citizen. Shut up, Karen. People need food on their tables. People need safe neighborhoods. People don't want to be standing in food lines. And Donald Trump addresses who the real culprit is right here.
Why not use your office to make the second stimulus payment a separate targeted emergency relief package to help Americans weather the
Well,
pandemic?
we've actually passed 3 packages, and we're on our 4th. And I agree with him 100%. He should vote for me. The problem you have is Nancy Pelosi. She couldn't care less about the worker. She couldn't care less about our people. And we should have a stimulus. And I want a stimulus. The Republicans will approve a stimulus. The problem is she doesn't want to do it because she thinks it's bad for her election. The fact is she's wrong.
I want you to imagine what type of soulless swamp creature you would have to be to play politics in the middle of a global pandemic, because that's exactly what Nancy Pelosi is doing. And for those of you who haven't seen it, check it out up here. I have an interview between Wolf Blitzer and Nancy Pelosi, and Wolf Blitzer actually posing tough questions on CNN to Nancy Pelosi about stimulus. And she just... the reaction is everything you would hope for, ladies and gentlemen. With that said, let's dial it back a little bit, guys. Let's make it a little bit calmer, a little bit more seductive, a little bit more grandiose, a little bit more loving. The types of people that show up to talk to Donald Trump, this woman's reaction is truly priceless. Check it out.
Good evening, Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
I have to say, you have a great smile.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, he does. You're so handsome when you smile.
Whew. Whew. Is anybody else getting hot in here? Jesus. Oh my God. Whew. Guys. Wow. That's the types of reactions I like to see from the mothers coming in supporting Donald Trump. I think with that, I'm going to end the video right here. The media, once again, out for Donald Trump. The American people in for Donald Trump. You know how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. If you like this type of content, be sure to subscribe, like, and or comment. Join the Cole Factory today. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Coltrane. Choo-choo!